guys, it's Lexi. I am enjoying a nice rainy kind of cozy stay-at-home day today. We're in a very chill atmosphere and I have a ton, and I mean like a ton of empties and what I worked on for the last half of the month of November wax to share with you today. It's going to be probably a long video, but I am racing against the very little sunlight that we've had today. So we're gonna go a little bit quickly. And I'm gonna start first with the wax that I worked on but didn't finish. So let's dive in with this Walmart wax, this Better Homes and Gardens Apple and Oak. This says it was a limited edition and I haven't seen it back recently, but if this ever pops up or if you guys ever see this on like the Walmart page, let me know, because this is a phenomenal scent that I would absolutely want to pick up more of. I used one clamshell or one cube in this clamshell this year, one cube last year, and I remember loving it last year. I loved it this year. I put it in my bathroom warmer, and something about the scent is just kind of like, because of the oak, it makes the apple almost like a masculine leaning apple scent, which seems strange, but it just, I mean, it is a tree outdoorsy scent, but something about it just kind of leans masculine to me, and I love the scent. It's a really great performer, and I wanted to have some more next year, so I saved the 4 cubes that I have left. Amazing scent. Then I have 4 clamshells from Scentsy. These were all things that I worked on a little bit, but definitely did not finish any of these clamshells. This one here, we'll start with, because I only used 1 cube in my kind of like oval warmer that I used to have sitting next to my filming spot. I've kind of rearranged because my filming spot is now has a tree in it. So I'm kind of trying to figure out where I can film best, but I hope this works. So this one is Fairy Tale Pumpkin, and this was in that oval warmer. I honestly feel like this is, Melissa Johnson here on YouTube also commented that she thinks it smells like this, but it smells to me like the grape Tootsie Pop. You almost get like a chocolatey note in this to my nose, like the Tootsie Roll chocolate. It's not like Tootsie Roll chocolate doesn't really smell like chocolate. It kind of smells like something of its own. And if you guys have ever had like one of the grape Tootsie Roll lollipops, then you'll know what this smells like. To me, that's, I mean, this is all like just opinion based, but in my opinion, it really smells like that. And she has said that, and I totally agree. And this translates from cold to warm. It smells pretty much the same to me. I enjoyed it. I would purchase this again, maybe next year, but I don't know if this is Scentsy Club worthy, and I only melted it this year or this month to kind of determine, because my Scentsy Club is going to process soon. So I was like, do I put this in or do I keep this out? But I think I'll not stick this in my club, but it is a good scent. I know a lot of people dislike it, but I don't think it's terrible. I think it's okay, but I don't know. It's not the worst. So we've got a few more. This one is another one. I think all of these were all the ones that I melted. I just kind of wanted to determine if I wanted to put them in my club or skip it. So this is a newer one for the fall winter catalog this year, right? It's Falling Apples. And I really, really, really enjoy this scent. On cold and on warm. It was a really good performer in my bathroom warmers. I put 2 cubes in and I like it, but I feel like this reminds me a lot of Apple S'mores from Scentsy, and that one I've had in my club for forever. And I think I prefer Apple S'mores because I have that one in this basket as well. There's something about the way that Apple S'mores kind of like starts, and then it kind of like goes on this journey of scent. Like it starts really woodsy and then it kind of becomes sweeter. And I kind of like the way that it kind of changes as it warms. And this one I felt like kind of just stayed the same. It didn't really do a whole lot when it was warming. And there isn't like a sweet, creamier note in this one. It's mostly just like apples, like fresh apples that are fallen like on the ground, almost like a little bit, almost like on the edge of rotting. I know that sounds kind of gross, but I like that scent. It reminds me of like upstate New York orchards. So this kind of does that for me. I enjoy it, but I think because I have Apple S'mores in my club, I don't need this one. I'm rambling a lot today, but I was like, I'll make it quick, but I can't stop rambling. So anyway, this is Wild for Fall. This was a part of the Harvest collection, right? And this one I enjoy, but I feel like there are other tree scents from Scentsy that I prefer over this one. There is that really strong orange scent note in here. that I feel like was a tad bit overpowering for my scent preferences. So I would probably skip on this one, but it wasn't bad by any means. It was a good performer. This one, Harvest Blessings. Also used 2 cubes of this in my bathroom warmer. In this one, I feel like there is a ton of floral that came through when I was warming it. I'm not entirely sure what the floral note is in this one. If you guys know, let me know. But I definitely felt like I was smelling like flowers, like some kind of like a fall, like almost like maybe like mums or something. It felt very like fall, but very like floral fall. So that was interesting. I enjoyed this one. And I feel like somewhere here in a video, and I can't remember who, I heard somebody make the comparison that this is kind of like Autumn Road Trip's sibling, like a sister scent to that one, because there's almost like this kind of underlying similar tone in both of them. But because of like I think there's oak in the Autumn Road Trip, and then this one is a bit more floral. I feel like there is something that is like leaning more like florally, fresh, sweet kind of on this one. The other one's more like tree, woodsy, outdoorsy, but kind of similar. I think maybe it's the pumpkin or apple in there. It was good. I enjoyed it, but I don't know if I would stick that one in my club. I think Tom really liked that one. Okay, some vendor wax here that is partially used up. Let's talk about this Zape scent here. This is Pumpkin Sugar Cookie. It is sweet pumpkin, chewy sugar cookie, and brown sugar and spice. And this one is odd because I think I preferred this one on cold more than I did once I warmed it up. It was, when you smell the bag, you almost smell like a cream cheese frosting kind of component to this with like a soft pumpkin cookie. But then when I went to warm it, and there's no cream cheese note in here, so maybe, I don't know, I really feel like I smell it when I smell the bag on cold. But then when I went to warm it, it kind of turned into something that I felt like I personally didn't prefer. It performed fine. It was like a good medium performance, but it almost kind of reminded me a slight bit of like zucchini bread, and the zucchini bread note in vendor wax or wax, that's not something I like. I know a lot of people love it. If you like zucchini bread, maybe try this if she brings it back next year. And there's no zucchini bread note in here, but I swear I almost felt like I could smell it. And for that reason, this wasn't a favorite of mine. I'll probably give the rest of this to my sister or my mom, but I'm happy to have tried it. This one here is another Zape scent. This is Cashmere and Leaves. It is fluffy cashmere sweaters, crisp fall air, and dried autumn leaves. This one is really, really nice. I really enjoy that dried fall autumn leaf scent that Zape carries. And it was pretty much that with like a soft cashmere kind of clean laundry, sweet cashmere. I mean, you know, that sweet kind of cashmere scent. It just was a really beautiful, pretty scent. And I enjoyed this. This was a really good performer for me. So kind of on the opposite spectrum as the pumpkin sugar cookie one. I think I have another Zape. No, I have 2 Teddy Bees. So let's talk about Teddy Bees. I have Rain in Woods, and this is a chunk bag, and I feel like it looks like I barely touched it, but I used a whole chunk of this, and I loved it. I loved it. It was so good. This was such a strong performer. I actually used this spread out in my open concept, like living room area. Holy moly, it was so strong. It was just like beautiful. Okay, so it's crunchy leaves, wet flowers, clove, balsam, patchouli, and sandalwood, and I don't know if I can say it smelled like being outside or anything, but it just did like this very beautiful like sweetness, like almost something where I feel like I would want to wear this on my body. This is such a phenomenal scent. I mean, I adore this. I hope that she has this in another pre-order soon, because I'll probably get some more backups of this because it's such a great scent. I would probably get this in like a tub. But yeah, amazing scent. And now that I know that it performs well in an open concept, that makes me really happy, because next time I warm it, I will know that I can warm it in my open concept again. So that one, Rain in Woods, total win. I have Homemade Memories, and this one is Rice Krispie Treats, vanilla frosting, and cake pops. I melted this one in my bedroom in the way that I melt a lot of my Teddy Bees in that Yankee Candle Centerpiece Warmer. And this one is really, really good as well. On cold, and because of the notes, it was a little bit lighter. Like, it doesn't smell super strong, but then when you went to warm it, it definitely was like a good medium in my bedroom. And of course I used larger chunks. I used a whole half a souffle for one thing of warming. And it did really good. So I enjoyed it. Would I pick this one up again? Probably not. I feel like there are a lot of other Teddy B's bakery scents that I prefer over this one, but for what it was, I enjoyed it. It was just kind of like a sweet, creamy vanilla bakery scent. I have two things from Rose Girls that I used partially, chunks of, but didn't finish. Partial chunks of, but didn't finish. This one here is cinnamon roll cupcakes with vanilla frosting. I feel like this has been in so many melting baskets, and I finally used some of it, and I felt like this was a darn good performer, and I feel okay with putting this back into the collection and not feeling like I have to get through the bag very quickly. This smelled delicious. It smelled like the cinnamon rolls that you make at home. You know what I mean? Like what's like the tube? Was it Pillsbury cinnamon rolls? That's what this smelled like to me. It almost smells mostly like the icing. It's not super doughy or bready or anything like that. It just smells like the sweet vanilla icing with some like cinnamon sugar mixed in. It's delicious. This performed really great, and I'm excited to melt more eventually. Then I have, of course, I'm sure so many other people also were melting this. This is a Very Mario Thanksgiving, which is sweet potato, royal sugar cookie, pie crust, caramelized pralines, sweet pumpkin pie, and a sprinkle of marshmallow. This was a really good performer for me in my home, which I melted like one of these entire cubes in each of my warmers in my living room. So it was a lot, but it was delicious. It was actually like making me hungry. This kind of gave me, and I don't know, there's no cinnamon note in here. I don't think. Caramelized pralines, maybe the caramelized pralines maybe have cinnamon on them, but it kind of gave me that sweet, almost vanilla icing scent that this one did. I felt like I almost smelled like that in here as well, which I did put this one in immediately after I took this one out. So maybe there was some left over from that, but it was just like a beautiful, 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 like warm, comforting kind of bakery scent. I enjoyed this. Possibly I would, if I finish this bag next Thanksgiving, then I'll pick one up for the following year. But I really did enjoy that. And I think that one was a customer creation last year for the Mario collection. So now I have a ton of empties. So these are all empty. So we'll start once again with, let's do the Better Homes and Gardens because I have a ton of those. So I have, like I said, so many. I put in the work to try to finish up some of these clamshells, and I'm feeling very accomplished. So we'll kind of go a little bit quicker here. I have Pie Season. This was a sensational scent. It says dessert first. This one I really did enjoy. It smelled like, this one kind of had like, I feel like a praline note like in this one, but this was like a very like nutty kind of praline scent with like a pie crust, but almost like a crumbly graham cracker pie crust. To me, this smelled like kind of like graham cracker pie crust with like a praline note. I didn't get like, I couldn't say specifically like apple pie or pumpkin pie or anything. And I think it's kind of just like a general pie scent, but it was very warm, comforting, and inviting. So I enjoyed that one quite a lot. I have Pumpkin S'more Latte from Better Homes and Gardens. This one I love, 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 love. I loved it last year. I love it this year. It was, I said 9 out of 10 last year, so strong on the graham cracker note. And I feel like it was just as good this year. And I'm sad that I finished it, but I couldn't just keep like one cube left because I wanted to savor it. So hopefully that one comes back because that was an amazing performer. It really smelled, I couldn't say latte. It didn't smell like coffee, but it smelled like a delicious roasted marshmallow on like a graham cracker. It was just really yummy. This one here is Banana Pumpkin Bread. This one was really nice as well. I have a backup of this one. This one just kind of smelled like, it was more of like a pumpkin, or this was more of like a banana bread than a pumpkin bread to me. I feel like I smelled more like banana notes in this, but it was a very nice warm, like fill your house with like a bakery scent, banana kind of scent. So this one was really nice. And I feel like banana sometimes can be hard to do in wax because it can come across like runty, or like runty meaning like the little candy runt, or like a Laffy Taffy artificial banana, but this one didn't. It smell like a real banana bread, so that was great. Caramel Apple Spice, and this is from Sensationals as well. I finished this clamshell up, and this one was interesting because on cold it kind of just smells like a plain old caramel apple scent, but then you warm it and that spice and the caramel apple spice really kind of comes out. So it was like, I don't know, this one wasn't a favorite of mine. It definitely was a lot more spice, like cinnamon spiced. It was almost like if you took a cinnamon candied apple and covered it with like caramel, so made it like a cinnamon candied apple caramel apple. It was like very interesting. I didn't love this one. If I saw this one, I probably wouldn't repurchase it, but it was good to try. This one is Harvest Apple Picking. I actually was using this one the same day that I was trying to finish up my champagne apple and honey Bath and Body Works candle, and oh my goodness, I felt like I was like I was inside of a fresh cut open apple. Like it was like apple. But this one is real. I mean, it was really good, and it just smells like a very classic like apple wax or candle type of scent. I don't know, that sounds so strange, but it just kind of smells like if you went to a store and you were looking for like a MAC apple scented candle or wax or something. Like this is it. Like if you want like classic plain apple, like no other additives, just give me a fresh cut open apple. This is it. Harvest Apple Picking. So probably wouldn't pick that one up again because I feel like I get so much. I like the other kind of mixed in notes, but if you want a fresh apple scent, that's the one. Fall Fetty. This one is, it doesn't say, I wish some of these, I know now some of them have the notes on them, which I did a video right when they changed the labels over, and I really prefer these like beautiful photo labels over these like newer labels that have like the notes on them, but like no photo labels. I don't know. These ones, I have no draw to these, but these ones, I feel like maybe it's the photographer in me, but I feel like I like to see the visual of the scent rather than just like some of like maybe the things that are in it visually. I don't know. Let me know what you guys prefer. But anyway, rant off. This one is Fall Fetty. This one was okay, but definitely not like a favorite scent of mine. It kind of smelled a little bit like a cake, but like a cake with some spice notes in there. It wasn't a favorite. Probably wouldn't repurchase this one. It was like a light medium, but on the lighter of the medium side. This one is Fall Festival. It is juniper, spruce, apple, lemon, blackcurrant, and leaves. And this one I had in my bathroom warmers, and I really liked it. It was a very sweet tree scent. You smelled the juniper, like the sweetness, freshness of the juniper. You smelled the spruce, you smelled the apples, you smelled the leaves. You kind of got it all, but it was definitely like on the sweeter outdoorsy side. I like this. If I saw it again, maybe I would pick it up. So that one was awesome. I have two scents here from Yankee Candle, and these are in the wax melt singles. I don't love the packaging on these, but I feel like I picked a few up one day when I was at the mall and I saw that they were running a sale. So I was like, why not try them out? The packaging is just kind of hard to store, so don't love that about it. But this scent, Pumpkin Banana Scone, this was so good. This was really, really good. And I think if you like I think I was just watching Natalie Halt was doing an Empties on this one, the Pumpkin Banana Bread. I think if you like this one, Natalie, if you're happening to watch, I think you would like this one also if they have it available at Yankee Candle, the Pumpkin Banana Scone. And this one was a darn good performer for me in my house. It was kind of similar, but this one I felt like was a little bit more leaning pumpkin than banana bread. It was more pumpkin bread, but both of these very much in the same family, same idea, really good scents. And I feel like this time of year, maybe it's just me, but I like love like those warm baked bread, dessert, kind of like deep, heavy scents. I kind of start to like really crave those, especially like at night when I'm watching a movie or something. I'm like, I need something warm and bakery. But I think it's because it's getting colder out, and I don't know, it makes sense in my head, but that one's really good. So we've got some more Scentsy Empties, and I went crazy on the Scentsy as well. So we've got 5 empty Scentsy clamshells that I'm feeling so good about. Let's start with this Maple Apple Bourbon. This one, I don't remember. I think I just randomly wanted to try this one. It does smell boozy. It's a heavy, this one, in my opinion, is definitely heavy on that maple syrup note. And I do get like that kind of bite from the bourbon. I don't love this one. This would not be a repurchase, but it was a good performer. This one, Cedar Cider. I know this one is a favorite of a lot of people, but I don't don't know. I just don't love it. There's something that slightly is something kind of musty about this. Almost reminds me of like an attic or like a basement with like the sweetness from the cider, or like, gosh, maybe it was Amy from Amy Scents and Songs. Maybe she said it. I feel like maybe at one point she said it. Kind of reminds her of like a cedar trunk or chest or something like that. Maybe it wasn't her that did that. Amy, if you're watching, maybe let me know. But it kind of smells like a something that is holding like antiques that are like kind of, they've gotten like musty, and it's not bad, but I don't know if I want that warming throughout my house. Very interesting scent, and it's a good performer, but I don't think I would repurchase it. This one is apples and cinnamon sticks. This one, my mom said it, or my sister said it when I think this was originally one of theirs and they gifted it to me. I think it was my mom's, and she maybe said it. But anyway, it smells exactly, and I mean like exactly like the chapstick original brand, like original scent chapstick, or the maybe it was the cherry one. I'll have to, if I can figure out exactly what the one that my dad used to wear when I was little. My dad always would wear like the chapstick brand chapstick. And when we were younger, we would like share chapstick with our family. Like, you know, when you have like your immediate family and you're small, you're like, Dad, my lips are tapped. And he's like, put on chapstick, whatever. So like this smells like the kind that he would always have in his pockets, like the chapstick. And it smells, I think it was maybe the cherry one. I know there's no cherry in it, but it just smells like that to me. This is nostalgia. This smells, to me, this reminds me of my dad. So that's apple cinnamon sticks. It's crazy. Unless you guys know what I'm talking about, then you might think I'm out of my mind, because it's chapstick and it's apple cinnamon, and there's no other. The original chapstick I don't think is apple scented or cinnamon scented, but I swear to you it smells like that. Anyway, this one is apple s'mores, and this one is one that I was kind of talking about that reminded me of Falling Apples, which is the newer release one for this fall winter catalog from Scentsy. And this one was in like a Bring Back My Bar. Gosh, I don't even, it's been probably, I don't know, over a year to maybe a year and a half ago that they had this one in there. This is a phenomenal scent. I love it. I have so many backups of it. I honestly should take it out of my club because I have so many backups. I think I have like 10, 15 backups of this now. It's something insane, but it's such a good, I probably have like 10 backups of this, but it's such a good scent. It's so amazing. And it's unique, and it smells like, it's like a realistic apple, but then you get that tree scent. You're like in an orchard surrounded by bigger like oak trees. And then you do get like a bit of that marshmallowy sweetness, but it's not like a chocolate marshmallow s'more scent. It's just like this warm marshmallow, and I feel like this has a whole journey. Like I talked about, when you warm this, it's more apple and outdoorsy. And then as it progresses, it becomes more like warm and marshmallowy and sweet. It's just amazing. So love this scent. If this ever comes back and Bring Back My Bar, I'll be rooting for you guys to grab some. It's so good. And then finally for the Scentsy, I have Toasted Acorn and Oak, another scent that this 100%, this one and the Apple S'mores won't leave my Scentsy club. When this one goes away for this season, I'll stick it in to make sure I keep it around. It's so good. Amazing scent. It's just like this warm, sweet, kind of roasty, almost like if they brought this scent out in like Scentsy soak or lotion or perfume or body care or anything, I would 100% wear this. It's delicious. It kind of smells like there is like this kind of body care quality to it. I'm not sure. Maybe it's the oak in here. I think I just really like Scentsy's oak that they use, because I think that there's also oak in this. And I think that there's also oak in Autumn Road Trip, which is another scent that I love. So there's just something very like sweet and almost body care-esque about their tree scents, I feel like. So really enjoy that one. Amazing, amazing performer. Love it. Couldn't talk more highly about it. One more kind of not vendor wax, retail wax thing that I forgot to mention. This is Yankee Candle Spice Pumpkin. This is a centerpiece warmer cup. So I finished up this wax and I'm reusing that cup, so I don't have the actual cup itself, but I have the lid here. This is a scent that I really enjoy, and I usually burn the candle, but this year I decided to just warm the wax. And it's strange because I feel like this did not perform as well as like some of my vendor wax has been performing in the Yankee Candle centerpiece, or even some of my other Yankee Candle centerpiece cups, like the actual ones like this. This one I felt like was light, and I don't know why it was so light this year. I don't know if there's maybe a crack in the lid. I don't think so, but it just wasn't a super strong performer. So that was a bit of a bummer. I love the scent, but I felt like this year it just didn't perform. I have 3 things here from Midnight Daydream Wax Company. Harrison's no longer in business. And these were all from 2021, October of last year. So I have Thanksgiving Nap, which is cranberry cornbread muffins. And I mixed this one with Fall is Forever, which is maple pecan streusel, caramel apple butter, and iced cinnamon rolls. And these two together, I just felt like it was, I don't know why, it wasn't as strong. Usually these, I have a really good performance, and I ended up cutting these in thirds and putting them all mixed up together in my 3 warmers in my dining or my kitchen. And I felt like it wasn't super strong. I did get a bit of like a mapley, cinnamony kind of bakery note, but it was definitely on the lighter side, so that was a bit of a bummer. But that's okay. You win some, you lose some. This one is November Breeze, and I cut this in half and put it in my bathroom warmer one at a time in different days. I did not love this scent. This was more of just like not my favorite scent preference. It was toasted marshmallow, huckleberry, sugar blossom, amber, and sandalwood. And I think among like all vendor wax companies, if you use the toasted marshmallow note rather than like the marshmallow fireside or fireside marshmallow, I think the toasted marshmallow note, just something about that note kind of turns my stomach a little bit. So I think it was that one note that kind of threw me off. So I didn't love that one, but it was an okay performer in my bathroom. Then we've got, let's actually talk about these two. These are both scoopables that I emptied. I'm feeling so good about that because I feel like scoopables, I never want to reach for them for some reason. So I have L3 Waxy Wonders Apple Butterscotch Cake and L3 Waxy Wonders Cinnamon Sugar. And I kind of did a lot with these. One day I mixed them together. One day I did them separately. And every time I melted both of these, I loved them. I liked this one, the Apple Butterscotch Cake. It was definitely a very like Mac Apple heavy, not super bakery heavy, but definitely Mac Apple and caramel heavy scent. I liked it, or butterscotch, not caramel, so that rich kind of sweet scent. But then the cinnamon sugar one, when I did this one on its own, holy moly, it literally smelled like the crunchiest, like sugar, cinnamon, like mixed together, like you're about to like put it on a donut, put it on like a dessert kind of a thing. Oh my gosh, this I 100% will repurchase. If I see this come back when I'm shopping with L3, I will grab more of this. It's phenomenal. It performed so well. It filled up the whole, I put this in my dining room or in my kitchen warmers one day, and it filled the whole kitchen, and I was working upstairs and it was going up the stairs and I could smell it, and it was amazing. So amazing performer. Loved this. I'm not huge on like scoopable form. I prefer harder wax form just for ease of use for me. But I don't even care what form I saw this on the L3 page. I would grab more. It was so good. So good. Okay. We've got, I think this is just one, I have a couple like random little bits and bobs here, so we'll talk about the bags. I have a little tiny sample here in Empire Alchemy Kitchen Sink Cookies. I'm not entirely sure the notes, but I think it's like a chocolate chip cookie. This one was a banger. This was so strong. I put this in my bathroom, and it was super random because I usually don't like bakery scents in my bathroom, but I was like, let's just use this up. Let's test it out. Holy moly, it was so strong. I was like, got to grab onto the walls now because it was like blowing me away. It was so strong. I was like, what the heck? It definitely, had I known, I probably wouldn't have put this in the bathroom because I felt like it didn't fit in there. For me, I would have preferred to melt it like in a bedroom or something, but it was a good really good performer. It wasn't my favorite scent, but this made me want to go melt some more of my Empire Alchemy because of how good the performance was. It was like 2 little tiny triangles of a sample. Amazing. I was very wildly impressed with that. So Next, we have Destination Wax Cranberry Pumpkin. This was also a sample. This one I put in the bathroom as well, and I felt like this one did not perform as well for me. This was baked cranberries and pumpkin, sweet, rich, and lightly tart, inspired by the Bath & Body Works candle. Like I said, not super, super strong for me. This was like a light, maybe pushing medium, but it just smelled like the Bath & Body Works Cranberry Pumpkin scent, if you smelled that. This one I had going the same time that I was melting a little single wick of autumn. This is the autumn dupe from Bath & Body Works from Destination Wax. And this was a, like one of those like clamshell little 6 breakaway bar things. I spread this thing out throughout my whole living room. Woo! I was like getting kicked out from this. So this was kind of on the opposite spectrum as this one was. Really, really good performer. Smelled just like the candle. If you're looking for a good dupe for the autumn candle in wax form, I would suggest this. This was great. Worked great for me. This one is Rainy Days, and this was a customer creation that I did when I was trying to recreate Baby It's Lukewarm Outside from Salt Mountain Melts, which was Vanilla Bean Noel, Cranberry Delight, and Sweater Weather, which I think the one that I was trying to dupe isn't Cranberry Delight. It was just like Cranberry Sweater Weather and Vanilla Bean Noel. Either way, this I really enjoyed, and I'm happy that I did this customer creation because I haven't seen that one come back in a hot minute. But if Amanda from Salt Mountain Melts brings back Baby It's Lukewarm Outside, I'll definitely get that. This performed really great, no complaints, but it wasn't exact, and I really like the exact one from Salt Mountain Melts. Still performed good. I enjoyed it, but I'd like the original one. Cranberry and Sweater Weather go beautifully together, so well together. So that was awesome. Only a few more left. We've got some Teddy Bees. This was Fall into Christmas. This is Vanilla Pumpkin, Butter Rum Eggnog, and Butter Cookies. This was nice. I melted this in my bedroom once again where I do a lot of my Teddy Bees, and it was okay. I feel like it was like just kind of like a warm bakery scent. It was a little bit on the lighter side, so I probably wouldn't reach out and repurchase this exact one, but like I said, I have a ton more from Teddy Bees that I prefer. Definitely the Witches Be Crazy. That's like my favorite bakery from Teddy Bees, so I'd probably just get that one instead. This one is Fall Naps from Zape. So this one was a tiny, I think it was like a little heart shape maybe, like a blue heart or something, yellow heart maybe. Either way, this one is a really nice, really good performer in my bathroom, and this made me maybe feel like I should consider picking this one up next year. It was just like a fresh, clean laundry scent with like, there's something else to it. I think it was like a dried leaf note or something maybe, but it was really beautiful and I liked it. I have a few more from Zape here. We've got, actually, let's talk about the one Rose Girls I have left. This is Dutch Apple Cookie Land. I finished the entire bag of this. This was a really good performer for me. Oh my goodness gracious. I really enjoyed this one. I've talked about this before, so I just finished up the bag of that. Happy to see it go, but I enjoyed it. Oh, I have another sample in here. I keep finding stuff. This is November's Pumpkin. I have this one in a clamshell from the Bathing Garden in a bigger size. I melted this in my bathroom. I couldn't really remember it, so I'll probably just, next year when I melt the whole clamshell, I'll give you guys a better review of that one. But this one, I really didn't remember that one. I feel like I must have been like out and about that day. I have 4 bags now, empties from Zape. So we've got Butter Brew. And this one is Bonfire Roasted Marshmallows, Creamy Butterscotch, and Brown Sugar. And this one reminds me of the pumpkin seed. It's like the roasted pumpkin seed scent that I think Angela was talking about for the love of scent. So I think maybe, and I could be wrong, that the same scent that's in, there's one of the Zape fall scents that I feel like I was just talking about had that in it as well. I think it's in here as well. So by chance, if she brings this one back next year, and you liked that scent oil, I feel like this one had it in there. I felt like I was picking it up in that. The performance of this one wasn't as strong as the other one. And if I can figure out the name of that scent that I'm thinking of right now, that was in my last Empties video, I'll leave it somewhere. But I felt like this one was like a light medium performer, so it wasn't like overwhelmingly strong, but it was nice. And if you like that roasted pumpkin seed scent, I think it was in there. This is pumpkin bread. It is sweet pumpkin buttery spice cake. And this one to me was mostly like kind of like a spicier cakey kind of scent. I couldn't say like 100% like pumpkin, but it was definitely like a spicy cake, like a spice cake. So that's kind of what this one smelled like to me. I liked it, but I don't know if I would actively seek that one out if it came back next year. Two more. Okay, so both of these were really good performers. I have PSL and Whip, which is pumpkin spice, espresso, and a dash of whipped cream. This was a really nice pumpkin coffee scent. I enjoyed it a lot. I have so many coffee scents that I need to use. So I need to just work through my coffee drawer first before I go repurchasing it. But hey, maybe next year if I don't have any more coffee scents left, I would pick this one up. It was good. I liked it. And then this one, I had like 4 cubes left that I stuck in my other bag that I have of this, my backup bag of this. I'm so happy I got a backup bag of this. It is phenomenal. This is Fireside Pumpkin from Zape. Is this the scent that I was talking about that I feel like had the same note? You guys, I don't know. I might be losing my mind. Roasted pumpkins, roasted marshmallows. I don't know. You got fire roasted marshmallows, maybe. Guys, bonfire roasted marshmallows. I think maybe, is it that? Guys, I feel like maybe it's this one. I think it's this one. I think it is this one with the roasted pumpkin kind of seed scent. I think it's this. Guys, today's been a long day and yesterday was a long day. We did holiday mini session. So we had like tons of families and small children like running around and like trying to get kids to smile for photos. So I'm like, woo, I'm just looking forward to relaxing today. So I'm a little bit frazzled if you can't tell. So anyway, Fireside Pumpkins. This is an amazing scent from the Zape fall release. If there's any more left on her page, I think she's doing like a weekend special Black Friday deal, maybe something like that. This is so good. I really couldn't recommend this one more. I love it. If you like warm, toasty scents, then this one is really good. So also an amazing performer for me. So that one is great. And that is all of my empties. Probably a pretty long video. Thank you guys for sticking through. I hope you enjoyed seeing what I melted. And my next melting basket, I'm actually going to do a collection video because I have so much holiday wax and I figured all of the holiday wax I have is what I'm going to be working on for the month of December. So it's going to be a half holiday melting basket, half holiday collection video. So you'll see all that I have. And that's that. I hope you guys enjoy and I'll talk to y'all soon. Bye guys.